Right, good morning and welcome to another lockdown lesson. We're going to do a load on money today. Really important topic obviously because we use money all the time. Well, your parents definitely do as well, and we're going to hopefully look at how much things cost as well as working with coins, doing some little problems with that. And of course we will be playing bingo at the end, a big game of bingo where we're going to be using money in that as well. Just to start with, let's have a little think about this. Let me just get my headpiece sorted out. Okay, right, we've got a nice warm-up here, nice puzzle I'll come up with. So, the idea is, depending on kind of how old you are, how confident you are with maths, you can have a go at the silver questions, which I'd say if you're in reception, maybe you're looking at the silver questions, maybe year one, or you can have a go at the gold questions, if you're in maybe year one or year two, or even older than that. It is up to you. Okay, now each one of these answers will be one of the symbols on the outside. So you need to answer those questions and cross out the symbols on the outside. That will leave you with just 4 symbols left. Okay, there'll be 4 objects left from the outside. Those 4 objects, if you take their first letters, will spell out a word to do with today's lesson. I'll explain that in a bit, but first we'll answer the questions and cross out the ones you've got. That will leave you with 4 more symbols. That will leave you with 4 symbols. Okay? So, have we got the silver or the gold questions? You don't need to do both. It is up to you which ones you do. Okay?
Where's my page that you got? Where's my page? So, I'm just asking, do I have to write down all the symbols?
You just need to answer the questions. You need to answer them and then cross out the symbols. So, we'll look at the first one together.
15 was 15.
Okay, so for example, if you're doing the silver question here, 50 plus 3. So 50 plus 3, hopefully you realise equals 53. So we can then cross out the bike, because the bike is number 53. You'll be left with 4 symbols at the end, and this will spell out a word that has a lot to do with today's lesson, if you take the first letters. Okay?
Just asking, do they, I can't, none of them has 15 on them. None of them has 15. None of them. Literally none of them.
Where's 15 gone? Oh no. Oh no.
Is the apple meant to be 15? The dog's 15.
The dog is 15. Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry about that, the dog is 15.
5 out of 9.
So remember, you can either be doing the silver ones or the gold ones. It's up to you if you want to challenge yourself a bit more, do the gold ones. If you're not used to adding numbers like that, have a go at the silver ones. We're all at some different ages here, so don't worry where you are.
19 add 2, 21. D. 21 add 32. 53.
Morning, Aaron, as well. Glad you're liking the lessons. Hello, Jack and Lucas from Watford, near where Harry Potter is. Wow, that's pretty cool. And hi to Darcy, first lesson. And hi, Summer.
26 add 33.
Okay, so when we are answering these numbers and crossing them out, you'll be left with 4 symbols. 4 symbols left at the end.
And 56 left. 59. 8. 18 and 24. P.
Okay, if you've worked them all out, you're left with 4 objects left.
So
If you take the first letter of those 4 objects and rearrange it, it will spell out a word that has a lot to do with today's lesson. We'll all do that bit together in a bit if you can't work it out. Okay?
Daddy, I can't work out which one because now I can't work out which ones that I've crossed out.
Well, you've got the answers written down, haven't you?
Yeah, but I've literally crossed them out. So D, it's not D. It can't be a dog. It can't be an apple. So I'll just have to write down all of the ones. So can't be dog, can't be apple, can't be
Okay, right, let's have a look at what letters are left. First of all, the answers. Okay, so you've got those are your answers there, so check you've got those, and that leaves you with these 4 items here. So we've got orange, cat, ice cream, and net, and that will spell out a word. So we've got O, we've got C, we've got I, and we've got N for net. That will spell out something to do with today's lesson on money if you rearrange them. Okay, if you got this? You got it going, Theo? What is it?
It's coin.
It's coin. Well done.
I knew that it was.
Cut up it no coin. That up is spelling, which makes an I really important word sound to make sure you understand. So coin is the little warm-up puzzle there. Okay, so well done on that. Hopefully that's got your brains going. Okay, that's a little bit of a question here. Interested in your comments. Why do different things cost different amounts of money? Why doesn't everything cost the same? Okay, tell me some answers. Why do different things cost different amounts of money? It'd be really easy if everything just cost £1, wouldn't it? That'd be really easy to work out.
I could buy 5 things with five.
So why do different things cost different amounts of money?
Okay, so
So why do different things cost different amounts of money? Bigger and small, that's a good answer. Bigger things cost more money than smaller things. Okay, I don't know, I reckon a diamond would cost more than a football. And a diamond's very small. Diamond's tiny, well generally, unless you're really lucky. Football, big, but I'm pretty sure a diamond would cost more than a...
£100?
More than that, okay? Okay, because Lewis says, because some things are more useful. Yeah, if something's not useful at all, okay, we talk about an old phrase, a chocolate teapot would not be much use at all because as soon as you put the hot water in it, it'd melt. That would not be very expensive because no one would want to buy it. So good things, things that are useful, people buy. Okay, cost more. But what makes something cost more? Things have different values. Why do things have different value? Okay, there's some really good answers here. Some things are more expensive to make. Why are they more expensive to make? Okay, it's difficult to explain this without saying expensive or cost. Some really good answers though.
Different things cost different.
Hello, Alyssa, as well. More valuable. What makes something more valuable? That's what more amounts of money means. Why is something more valuable? Quantity is something brilliant. That's a really good one. So if you buy 1 pack of crisps, 2 packs of crisps are going to cost more. 4 packs of crisps are going to cost more. Really, really good one there. I love that one there from Cooper. That's an excellent answer. Brilliant answer. They cost more to make. Why do they cost more to make? It could be an antique. Why is an antique worth more money? Okay? It's interesting. It's very hard to explain. Some things are fragile. Big and small is definitely a thing. So if you've got a bigger size or something. Okay, right. So,
Daddy, I'm not finished my sentence yet.
oh, Emily as well. Happy birthday to Emily. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Emily. Happy birthday to you. Why was I wearing a tiara? I like hats. It's one of my new hats. Okay, right. So,
Daddy.
it's all about value, isn't it? So it's about what makes something more valuable. What do you think, Theo?
I think that different things cost different money because they're a bit more old and they're really fragile, or you can just do more stuff with them.
You do most of these are all good things that make it valuable. Maybe someone wants something that's old and unusual. Maybe it's rare. Maybe it's really useful. Maybe you can do more things with it. So we give value to things with money. Okay, so money is a good way to do it. So in the really olden days, we didn't have money. So we traded things. So I said, well, you know, I really want your cow, but all I've got is chickens. I'll tell you what, I'll trade you a chicken for a cow. And the guy with the cow said, a chicken for a cow? Are you crazy? This cow's massive. Look how many meals I can get out of this cow. The poor cow was a bit upset about that. But anyway, and he said, but this chicken can lay eggs. I said, well, I don't know. I'll tell you what, you give me 4 chickens and I'll give you 1 cow. So they started trading things. Now this got quite difficult because to carry around all your chickens and all your cows was crazy. So you'd go shopping. If you went shopping with something, you'd to bring all your chickens with you. Say, come on, cluck, cluck. Away you come. And then you pay with chickens at the counter. So it got a bit crazy. So we came up with money to represent value for things. So I wonder, do you know how much things really cost? So I've got 5 items there. Let's just say B. 5 items on the board there.
A, B, C, D, or Nintendo Switch.
Okay, so I've got a pack of crisps, a pack of Walker's crisps, just a regular pack. I've got a roast chicken from the supermarket. I've got a Nintendo Switch. I've got a Nissan Qashqai, which is quite a nice car, brand new. And I've got a very expensive house in West Sussex somewhere. Okay, so how much do you think these things cost? Write it down at home, you can post it on the chat if you want. How much do these different things cost? Have you got any idea about the cost of things? Or do you just think, well, my parents are going to get it for me anyway, it doesn't really matter, okay? How much do these things cost? Very interesting, the answers you're going to get here. Very interested.
I think I reckon that if you...
I listen as well.
B,
Okay, how much does stuff cost?
1, chicken 2. 1 chicken.
If you're not sure about all of them, it's fine. Just think about the ones you do know and feel free to post them on the chat. I want to know what you think for the cost of these things. And no asking your parents either.
C, 10, switch.
Okay, we've got a few different answers for the crisp. We've got 20p, 60p, £5, 65p.
Daddy?
D, 79p for a real car. This is a real car, not a toy car.
Daddy, I thought we were doing it in the olden days.
And that's what they cost now.
Oh my gosh, now I have to start again.
Okay, wow, Chris, £1.50. £1 million for the house. Wow, okay, we've got lots of zeros going there. Okay, let's have a look at some answers. Okay, you only start really knowing how much it costs when you buy it. So I'm sure maybe some of you have gone to a shop before and had to buy a pack of crisps, so you kind of know roughly what that costs. So as you get older, you buy more of this stuff and you realise how expensive things are. So for some answers here, these are rough answers, about 50p per pack of crisps if you're lucky, £4 for a chicken, about £250 for a switch is actually 280. Very difficult to get hold of at the moment though because everyone's stuck indoors. That car there is about £25,000 new, and the house is £500,000, which is £500,000. Okay, it's difficult to think how big those numbers even are. So let's have a look. I'm going to try and show you here how big it is. So, how many switches? Imagine in the olden days, you had loads of Nintendo Switches and you wanted to buy a car. So you say, I've got my switches here. How many Nintendo Switches do you want for that car? And that guy said, well, this car's worth more than that Nintendo Switch. So how many are you going to give me? So this is exactly how many you'd need. Okay? To get from 250 to 250,000, you would actually need to times that by 100. So you would need 100 switches, which is this many switches. Okay? So that is how much this car is worth. 100 of those. Okay? So then imagine you say, you know what, I don't want a car, I want the house instead. How many switches would you need to buy that £500,000 house? Here it is. There we go. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's a lot of switches you need to carry around to buy that house. So you need all those switches. 2,000 Nintendo Switches will cost you £500,000, which is the same value as that house. Okay? So this is why we have money, to represent the value of different things. Okay? And you need to work with money in your exams, in real life. It's a really important thing to get used to working with. So we're going to have a look at some coins. Hopefully you've got some coins at home. If you haven't, it doesn't matter. These are the British coins that we have in the UK. So in England, Wales, Northern Ireland and Scotland, these are the coins we have. We've got your 1p, your 2p, your 5p, your 10p, your 20p, your 50p, your £1 and your £2 coin. Just show those on the board there. So those are your coins you've got. These are the values we use. Then we have some notes as well. We're going to be working mainly with coins today. So the first challenge I want you to do is to talk about the pound. So £1 equals 100 pennies. Okay? It's going to be rubbish having to just have pennies. If we just had pennies, we'd have to count out all these pennies to a pound. So we have different values to make it easier to pay with things. So if that equals 100 pennies, I want you at home with the coins you've got, or you can, if you haven't got coins, you can just write down any combinations of coins you want. I want you to think of as many ways as you can make a pound out of different coins. You can use the same coins if you want. You can use 20p's, 50p's, pennies, a mixture of the two. So write down or use your coins at home. Try and make a pound using different amounts of money. Okay? So try and make a pound. So one way to do it would be, you might write down for your first example, you might write down, number one, you might write down £1 equals 50p plus 50p. That's one nice easy way to make a pound. 50 plus 50 will give you £1, which is 100 pence. Or you can just do it at home with your coins. You don't even need to write anything down. So come up with some different ways, just 2 minutes to make a pound in as many different ways as you can.
Daddy,
Any problems, let me know.
Daddy, can I show you how I thought you would do it in the olden days for the items? I thought for a pack of crisps you would trade one chicken.
Oh, okay, I see.
For a dead chicken, I think you would need to trade a chicken for that chicken.
Okay, yeah, it's all about money though. Okay, so you know what you do with that, Theo?
Yes.
Okay, so right, there's many different ways to make a pound. Okay, so make as many ways to make a pound as you can. Never thought about how much a house will cost in Nintendo Switches before. That was a very expensive house, but quite interesting. Nice, so you can mix coins together as well. So you might do something like this. You might go £1 equals 20p and 50p, and you can finish that off. So you can mix different coins together, do whatever you want. I'm going to give you another minute to come up with some other ideas for making £1.
2, 1. And 0. 3.
Okay, so looking at different ways to make £1 out of the pennies you got home, the coins you got home, or anything you want. That one on the board, if I had to finish that off, you could finish it off with loads of different things. Maybe you might put another 20p in there and another 10p. So loads of different ways of finishing that off. Okay, so we've got lots of different ways there of making that pound. Okay, anyone got any other ideas on that? 25p's, that's a good one. That'll take a while to count up. 25p's is nice there. 5 20p's, we're going to mix it up. Okay, we're going to move this on a bit now to get into more of the kind of questions you get, because when you're out shopping, you haven't got all the coins in the world in your pocket, you've got certain ones, so you've got to make out different values. So this time, okay, you have these coins in your pocket. Those are the coins you've got, okay? So you've got 2 pennies, a 2 pence, 2 20 pences, a 50, a 50, a 5 and a 10. I want to show how you can make these totals. So the first one, you're going to be looking at how are you going to make 7p. So question A, 7p equals, but you're only allowed to use those coins there. You're only allowed to use those coins. Okay? For the Superstar Challenge, if you really want to challenge yourselves, can you make each total with as few coins as possible? Some of you might do that automatically, because that's what we want to do it as simply as possible. But just think about that. Are you doing it in the simplest way you can? So you're going to make 7p using those coins there. Then you start again for B. Think about how many of these totals you can make. They get pretty tough towards the end. Okay, any questions, let me know on the chat, please. So we're making amounts of money. These might be things you're buying in shops, and you're going to work out, have I got enough money? And it's always nice to pay in the exact change, because it's just easier, isn't it? It's using up that change in your pocket.
Okay then. I'm going to tag myself with Superstar 1.
Yeah, good. You probably all try and do that anyway. That's just how we work.
So, it's no point of using 2 1 coins, so I'll use a 5 and a 2. A 7p. £12p. 10 add 2. What's this way, so? B. 12p equals 10p add 2.
Okay, if you're not sure what you're doing, please let me know. But it looks like you're doing really, really well.
17. This will change me a bit more. 10, 5 and 2. 10, a 5. See? P equals.
Trying to shout out the answers there. Okay, these are the kind of things you get in some test papers as well. This kind of stuff, but it's, you know, it's real life, useful things. Trying to make different totals with the money you've got. Right, going, so Drayton's got the first one, so he's used 5p and 2p to make the 7p, that is correct. So the first one's definitely 5p and 2p is the best way you can do it, it's the quickest way you can do it. Brilliant work. Okay, getting some good answers coming in here that I can see.
Oh my gosh, how am I going to make 28p? I'll start with a 10. I'll start with a 20. Add 2 equals 22. So I need 20.
Okay, I'm just going to go through just a few of these just so you know what you're doing. So 7p. To make 7p out of these coins, you're going to be looking at using the smaller coins to make 7p. So I can definitely use a 5p, and if I do 5 plus 2, I'm going to get 7. So the first one, you would say it's 5p plus 2p. So that's the first one, that's how you do it. Let's look at question B. So we're trying to make 12 pence out of these coins again. Well, I can use a 10p, can't I? So I'd use a 10p, and then I can use a 2p as well. So the 10 pence and the 2 pence piece will give me 12p. 17, I'll do one more. So to make 17p, well, I'm going to take the 10p first. I definitely want a 10p. I then need to make 7p, and I know how to make 7p up here. So it's 5p plus 2p. So those are the fastest answers for the first three. It doesn't matter what order you write them in. I tend to write the bigger coin first because I want to knock it down as much as possible, but it's up to you. Okay, so those are your answers for the first three. Hopefully you all know what you're doing now.
Daddy, is this good? Daddy.
Yep. Have a look on. Again, please let me know if you're stuck on anything at all. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. There's a bit of a delay on the chat, but as soon as I see it, I will try and get back to you either by speaking or by sending you a message. Yeah, good job there, excellent. Very good, good job. Yeah, we'll get them when we start. Let's do that first.
E.
Okay, well, if anyone spotted the last one, not possible. So this is a situation, you're in a shop, you've got to pay that much, you've got that amount of money. Can you work out how much extra money you need to buy that item? Well spotted on J there. Okay, can you spot how much extra money you would need? Okay, I'm just going to do one more minute and move on to the next bit. I'm going to start putting some answers on the board for you as well. Okay, brilliant, right, some great work there. So I'm going to show you the answer to these. I've got them on the next slide. The last one, you were 24p short, so you needed 24 pence to make the last one there. Well done if you worked that out, that's brilliant work. So just check your answers there. Okay, so there your answers are. That one was 24p short. So these are the fastest ways to do them. If you did it in a different way, absolutely fine. So just counting up in money. We'll just double check those, and then we're going to look at some work on change, some problems in.
I need to mark these, see if I've got those answers.
Go on then.
5p, add 2p.
I'll leave those up for a little bit just because there's quite a lot of work there.
2p, add 10p. 2p, add 10p, add 2p. 2p.
Okay, some brilliant work there.
10p, add 5p, add 2p. 20p, add 5p, add 2p. So 20p, add 5p, add 2p. 20p, add 5p.
Okay, right, I'm going to move on. If you can always come back to this video. If you want to mark your work, you can check your answers at a later date. Right, but I want to get on to this, and we'll have time for a good game of bingo at the end as well. Okay, we're going to have a few problems now to do with some of the bingo winners from last week. So change. It's really important you know how much change you are owed. If you're in a shop, you need to check you're getting the right change and no one's made a mistake. So if you pay for too much, change is the extra money you get back. So I'll explain with this example. So Jack, who's a big Minecraft fan, he pays for this Minecraft toy with a £1 coin. Okay, it costs 76p. How much change is he owed? Okay,
Daddy, why does that say top banana?
because the shop is called Top Bananas, of course. Okay, so he pays for this with £1. How will you work out how much change he is owed? Okay, you need to make sure you're getting the right amount back.
20.
Well done, Niall. Top marks in that. Fantastic work in the last one. It was not easy to get all those done. I guess if you missed it on the last one, you couldn't do the last one, you had to work out how much you were short by. Okay, so how would we work this out? We worked out there?
24p.
Very good. Right, so we've got a pound. So we've got 100 pence there. So your first option is to take away the 76. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to find the difference between them. Now I think an easier way to find the difference is to use the counting up method we were doing before. So you start at 76 and you are trying to get to 100. So first of all, I would jump up to 80 pence, which is plus 4 pence. I would then, to get from 80 to 100, it's going to be plus 20. So in total, that is 24 pence change. Okay? You could take it away. So you could use your jottings to do 100 take away 76. Okay, so you do 100 take away your 70 and then take away your 6. But I think it's easier to count up with money. That's what we tend to do, we count up. But it would work to take it away, but I think finding the difference is an easier method. Okay, right, let's try one more. Okay, so this one here, okay, so Spider-Man sells Nadir, who's a big superhero fan, but one of the bingo winners from last lesson. He sells Nadir 2 radioactive spiders. Obviously, so Nadir can become Spider-Man himself and give one to a friend as well. Very powerful. With great power comes great responsibility, but I believe that Nadir can handle this situation. Spider-Man does as well. So the radioactive spiders cost 40p each. Nadir pays with these coins. How much change is Nadir owed? Okay, so he buys these 2 spiders, which cost 40p each. He pays with those coins there. How much change is he owed from Spider-Man? Seems like a bargain to me as well. Worked out there?
Yeah.
Okay, do you write it down?
Yep, 10p.
Write it down. Okay, so first thing is first. Okay, these are 40p each. Now he's got 2 of these spiders. So the total cost is going to be 80 pence. He pays, if you add up these, there's a lot to do in this question. 50 and 20 and 20 gives you 90p. So he's paying with 90p. It costs 80p. So the difference from 80 to 90 is 10 pence change. Okay? So there's a lot to think about. It's a reading exercise as well to understand what's going on in the question. So we're going to look at some basic ones on change now, then we'll look at one final question at the end. So with these ones, you've got to work out, most of them, the change. So, for example, this item here, it costs 10p, you pay with 20p, what is the change? This item costs 5p, you pay with 20p, what is the change? So work out the change in each one. Then the ones in yellow are absolute superstar questions, some really tough ones there. So have a look and see if you can work out those. So you are working out the change in most of these. Important thing to be able to do in life, and also very common questions on your SATs papers, even on GCSE papers when you get to big school. Okay? These money comes up all the time because it's important. So they want to test
Daddy,
that for you.
I can't actually, I'm not too sure if I can fit in that whole scale in my page.
No, go on the next page, it's fine. Just go there, yeah.
But I've got space there.
I'd go there so you've got more space.
I might as well cover up here.
Please, go there. Okay, one of the people that got 10p change, that last one as well. Nicola Butterworth, your little one, said 10p change, brilliant. Joe as well, 10p change. Max got 10p, Charlie got 10p. You are absolute pros. Is it Abby got 10p as well? 10p, of course. Okay, yeah, right. So good. If you find this easy, that's fantastic, because you want to find this nice and easy. These ones do get more difficult towards the end. Okay, money is something to be really good at. Okay, so if you're not clear about what this is about, please let me know. So we just look at the first one together. So if it costs 10p and you pay with 20p, the difference, the change, is going to be 10p for that first one. So nice, easy one to start with. They should start fairly easy and then they get more difficult towards the bottom.
Daddy, I don't think there's nothing that will cost 10p, 5p or 6p. Nothing.
Probably are some little sweets or something.
6p.
Okay, I'll just explain this again if you're unsure what to do. So what we are looking for, imagine going into a shop and this item here, for question 1, imagine something costs 10p. That is what it costs. So you are trying to buy something that costs 10p. You pay with 20p, so that you pay with a 20p coin. So you hand him over 20p. So it costs 10p, you hand him over 10p. How much change should the guy give you? This one here, you go into the same shop and buy something for 5p. You pay with a 20p coin. How much change should you get? Okay, it's in a table, which you need to be able to read tables as well, but that's what it's saying. Next one, this time what you are trying to buy costs 6p, you pay with a 10p coin, how much change should you get? Okay, does that make sense, everyone? if anyone has finished that, I'll explain that one more time again. If anyone hasn't explained that, I've got an extra question for you here. Okay, so there's an extra question on the board there. I'll just go through this one again here. So let's look at question 4. Okay, so question 4. Okay, the cost of an item costs 32p. So you are buying something. Let's say it's a banana, and this banana costs 32p. Okay, you're buying a banana which costs 32p. Not a very good banana there. So you pay with 40p. Okay, so you hand over 40p. Okay, you give them 42p. How much change should they give back? So you're buying something for 32p. You pay with 40p, so you give the person 40p. How much money should they give you back? How much change should they give because you're paid extra money? Okay, please let me know. I think everyone's got it now. If you're not sure what to do, there is a really tough question on the board as well there. So in this one you have £10. How many apples can you buy that cost 40p each?
Daddy, I need to
Wow.
I need
Okay. Right, just 30 seconds more.
Daddy, high on to bingo.
One more question. Okay, right, let's give you some answers to those ones now. Just think carefully about these ones here. You're going backwards there. So if something you pay with £2 and you get 40p change, you're still trying to work out what you spent. So you're still finding the difference, which is £1.60. This one here, the tricky change one, to get from £7.98 to £10, you have to count up. And this was the hardest one to think about, I think, at the bottom. So if it costs 63p and you've been given 12p change back, what did you pay with? Well, you must have paid with more than 63 pence because you paid 12p extra. So you're actually going to have to add the 12p onto the 63p. It's a really tricky one to think about at the end. Right, here your answers are. Okay, so 10p, 15p, 4p, 8p, 30p, 35p, 62p, 56p for that one, and then £1.60, £2 and 2p, and 75p there. Right, on to the challenge question. Well, you're doing some tricky division here, or adding up. So it might make sense to just keep adding up in 40s. So you might go 40, 80, and then you might go to 120. Then you might go to 160, 200. So you can add up like that. So that is 5 apples. So if 5 apples cost you £2, if 5 apples cost you £2, we've got £10. So we can get 5 lots of this, can't we? So we can get 5 lots of this, will give you £10. So 5 lots of that is £10, which is 5 lots of 5, which is 25 apples. So some real tough problems at the end there. You would not even get that on your Key Stage 1 SATs paper. It's too difficult. So if you're doing something like that, outstanding work. Okay, we're going to look at one more question, and then we're going to play bingo. Okay, so Jack, who was our other winner of bingo last week, Jack is a huge Arsenal fan. I believe that Patrick Aubameyang is his favourite player, and is looking at buying some Arsenal shirts. Which of these deals is the best value? So loads of different shops will be selling Arsenal shirts, and you want to get the cheapest deal. Because it's the same shirt, you want to pay the cheapest amount of money. So deal A is 2 shirts for £48. Deal B, normal price is £30, but there's a special offer of £5 off. And deal C, the normal price is £44, but the offer is you only pay half the price. It's half price. Okay, so work out which is the cheapest shirt. If you're going to buy one shirt, work out how you can get the cheapest shirt. Which is the best deal?
So, B. 20.
If you didn't quite understand the table on the last one, that's not really a problem. So if someone has answered the question fine, it's just understanding what the table means. As long as you can work out change, that's brilliant.
Daddy, how many Arsenal shirts is Jack buying?
Just work out the price of one if you did buy one. But I know he's buying, it doesn't really matter. But I know that's a good point.
Barry is actually quite a good player for Arsenal. £24. C20. C.
Okay, have you got any answers for this one?
I've got an answer.
Okay, right. So, you need to work at the price of each deal. So let's look at deal A. So deal A is 2 shirts for £48. So deal A, so one shirt would cost £24. Now I know you can't just buy one shirt, you need to buy 2, but it says he's buying some shirts, so that's fine, but it would be £24 per shirt. Maybe you could share it with a friend. Okay? B. £30 is a normal price, £5 off, so that means you've got to subtract it. So 30 take away 5, is £25, so more expensive unfortunately. And deal C, it normally costs £44, but we're going to half it, so half of 44 equals £22. So that is your best offer. Oh, don't forget to tick the cheapest one. So when you get a question like this, don't just work them out, always say, this is the cheapest one here. Let the person know where to buy it from, because they might not understand what you've done. So always say, this one here, like put a big arrow to it, or tell the person where to buy the shirt from. Okay, fantastic work, right? We looked at loads of money stuff there, absolutely loads. You're doing great at that. Okay, and I can see already from the answer you're getting that you are not going to get ripped off in any shops, and it looks like you can be absolute bargain hunters as well. Okay, so that's fantastic work. So keep it up, and when you do go out to the shops with your mum or your dad or anyone, you know, say, let me work out how much change it is. So try and work this out. The more you work it out, the better you'll get at it. So keep working out. Whenever you get the chance, add it up, work out how much you owe, and work out the change. It's really important. Okay, so we're going to play some bingo. So we're going to do it as money bingo. So I want you to write in your boxes any amounts of money between 1p and 32p. So you might go with 7p there. You might go 20p. You might go 22p, 24p, and so on like that. So fill your grid up, fill all 9 boxes, and also pick your power animal. So you need to write down your power animal, either tiger, piggy, or dog. We're going with piggy today. Tiger, piggy, or dog today.
Where's the piggy?
We've got a piggy hat. So tiger, piggy, or dog for your power animals, okay? If your power animal comes up, you can cross up any number from your grid. So draw your grid, pick your numbers. Let's play bingo!
Is it multiple bingo? So
No, it's not multiple bingo.
Why does it say
I know it says that. Just put the coins down.
So
any coins you want between. Oh, lost my banana again. Lost my banana.
Oh, Sebby's had a banana.
Sebby's had a banana again.
What?
You've got your numbers down. Okay, and the prize as always is you will get to be featured in the next lesson. Just to make sure that no one is cheating or getting confused with this, I want to make sure there's no scribbling outs on your grid. So no scribblings out, and I want to see a picture sent to me by your parents, message to me, when you're the bingo winner, you just send me a picture of your grid so I can make sure you've definitely won. So I think some people are going too fast or just picking a line.
Daddy?
Okay, so we got our numbers ready.
Daddy, just asking, just to make sure that we don't get the same one twice, should we put a little X somewhere near it?
Just cross it off once you've done it, yeah.
So just maybe like there.
So you can cross it off, it's fine, as long as I can see it. But I just want to make sure people aren't making any mistakes. Right, are we all ready to play? Let's play some bingo magic.
I've got one here, I'm not ready.
Hurry up, Theo, quick.
Okay.
Right, so just a reminder of the other rules as well. What animals we got today? Any pigs posted? Let's post your animals, I want to see. Who's a piggy? Who's a doggy?
Tiger.
Who's a tiger?
I'm a tiger.
Okay.
Daddy, I think some
Right,
people...
so some rules. We are playing for full house. You need all 9 squares to win. All 9 to win. When you have 2 squares left, stand up, loud and proud, and go shaky shaky. When you have 1 square to go, stand up and shout top banana. And when you win, shout bingo. Okay?
Obviously.
Right, we got Jake's gone for the tiger. We got some piggies. Piggy from Matthew. Jake's gone for tiger. We got doggies. We got loads and loads of animals out there. Okay. Right, we're ready. Let's play bingo. So, first one. First one is 1p add 2p. 1p add 2p. 1p add 2p. 1p add 2p. Next one is 5p add 2p add 2p. 5p add 2p add 2p. So 5 add 2 add 2. Okay, we're playing for full house, all 9 boxes. Next one, 10p add 1p. 10p add 1p. 10p add 1p. 10p add 1p. It's bingo magic! Big doggy supporter there. Tiger from Cooper. Next one, 10p add 2p. 10p add 2p. 10p add 2p. Next one, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Woof, 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 woof. It's the doggy! Doggy, 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 doggy!
Look at you, Sam.
If you pick doggy for your animal, cross off any box you want.
Look at
Any
Sam.
one box. Any one box.
Look at Sam.
Next one, we've got, tricky one, 20p. Add 5p, add 2p, add 2p. So it's 20p, add 5p, add 2p, add 2p. Next number, 10p add 5p, 10p add 5p. Oh, some sad faces for the doggy there, some sad faces for the doggy. Next one, 20p add 10p, add 2p. 20 add 10, add 2. 20 add 10, add 2. Oh, it's another power animal. It's Red Tiger. We've got the tiger. The tiger. Cross off any box if you pick tiger as your power animal. Next one. 10p add 2p add 1p.
10p.
We got a shaky already. We got a shaky.
Shaky.
Oh, we got a shaky. We got 10p add 2p add 1p. 10p add 2p add 1p. We got another shaky.
How can we get
Shaky. Oh my goodness, we got a top banana.
How is this happening? How is this
It's
happening?
possible with power animals. Next one. 20p add 2p. 20p add 2p. And another shaky.
This is a meme.
Another shaky. We got a shaky. Oh, someone's only just got one. Poor Molly. Only just got one. Next one. It's 20p, add 5p, add 2p. 20, add 5, add 2. 20, add 5, add 2. Oh! It's the last power animal. It's the piggy. Piggy to the rescue. If you got piggy, cross it off. Cross off any box you want. Goodness, get a bingo. Bingo! We got a bingo! We got a bingo!
How is that possible?
Louisa Kennedy. I've forgotten your name.
Top
Bingo.
banana. Top
And a top
Bigger.
banana.
No,
And a
not
top
a bingo.
banana.
This is unbelievable.
Oh my goodness, the bingo. The power of the pig. We got our bingos. We got our 3 winners. Thank the pig, everybody.
Oh my gosh. How is this
Right.
possible?
Well done, guys. Okay. Worked really hard again. Okay. Very pleased with all your work with that coin stuff. Keep up the money work. Really important. We've got another lesson next week. We've also got a lesson on Friday on working with measure again, so multiplying by 10. 100 and things like that. That will be a really good lesson if you're up for that, about meters and centimetres. If you're in year 2 maybe, I'd definitely recommend that, or obviously older than that as well. Okay, have a great day. As always, stay safe, and I will see you soon.
How is it possible, Daddy? How is it possible?